move forward together. And to move forward together, we need to know the situation we're working in. And the situation we are working in is one in which violence against women is at an epidemic level. Twice a week, a man kills his partner. And then domestic violence comes below the iceberg of those killings. We know that hate crime results in terrible problems and even murder for people who have different disabilities and people who are part of different structures within society, who have different orientations, anything that can split us. We know that hate crime is there. It's pointless to pretend that it isn't. We know that where power structures exist, abuse can happen. Racism and discrimination can happen. And we want unity and solidarity in our struggles and in our campaigns. Our organisation will have no part of discrimination, no part of abuse. And we will not leave any individual member of our party to fight this on their own. You come into that unity, and like you have a shop steward at work, you'll have a rep that you can go to if there's any problems. No young woman or young man should leave our organisation for fear of an abuser. We've produced multiple drafts of the Safe Spaces policy. It's been discussed at the meetings in Manchester, and I think on one occasion I sent out 25 emails in one day in response to contributions on Safe Spaces. But let's be clear, we want robust and open debate. We want to hear the voice of anger from the bedroom tax. We want to hear the voice of desperation from someone who's been sanctioned and left with no money. We want to hear those voices in our movement, and we will not tell them they're speaking in the wrong way and they're using the wrong language. They're welcome, their voices, their emotions, their expressions are welcome in our movement. We are not setting this up to be some mamby-pamby organisation. We expect the raw voice of protest in our movement, and we want to hear it, but we will not accept abuse. In the last few years, thank you, getting participation from all sections of society, which is what we have to have, is going to be difficult. We have to hear the young girl. We have to hear the young lad at his first meeting. We have to hear the old woman who's never been involved in politics before. We have to hear the woman who's desperate because she's losing her home to the bedroom tax. Doing that, making an organisation who can do that, is going to be a work that takes time and effort. But that's our aim, and that's what we want to do. In the last few years, courageous women and courageous young women have stood up and named the abuse. One young girl, having spent years as being groomed and abused, stood up to 7 different barristers, each calling her a liar, and stood there and stayed. We need to make sure we match their courage. We match the courage of the women who stood and fought, and we will say our area will be safe. I'm happy to refer back the 13B, 17, 18, 21, 22 and 23 on the understanding that our document is accepted and will be integrated into the constitution of Left Unity. Thank you. It's brilliant that we start on this motion. We are going to be a safe organisation. We stand against oppression.